welcome. I'm Kyle. I'm with KARAKORAM, and I'm here to talk to you about the 18-19 new releases we have. So we're going to run through a couple of new things. Our focus for next year was refinement. We've kind of been focused a lot as snowboarders. Like, we all spend so much time on the hill. For us, like, the number one thing's always been ride mode performance. We've just wanted bindings that are extremely responsive. That's where all of our focus has been, is getting bindings that transmit energy instantly. And this year we kept that, and we wanted to bring our ease of use, usability, reliability, everything just up to that same level of high performance. So focused on just kind of refining things, dialing things in. You'll see a lot of bindings that look similar, but the little parts, the little ways it feels to use it just feels a little bit more dialed in, more refined, and just makes splitboarding that much simpler. So I'm going to start with our new interface. All of our new bindings have a new splitboard interface for next year. This is Ride Mode 2.0. We've had a lot of kind of cool discoveries over the last couple of years of new plastics, stronger plastics, cool composite blends of material that give a lot stronger materials than we've been able to work with in the past. And those kind of new plastics have given us a lot of freedom to add different design features to parts that used to have to be metal. So we have a new composite piece in the center of our Ride Mode 2.0. And this piece, you can see right here, there's two snow ejection channels. So as you slide it together, the two halves of the splitboard together, it's going to push snow out of these two holes, and so it's going to be that much easier to get your board together even when the temperature is changing, and maybe you would have to worry about icing with a different interface. So really nice feature that just makes it that much simpler when you're at the top of the hill and you want to get to focusing on your line. You don't have to worry about ice buildup on your bindings. The plastic's less likely to get ice to build up on it because it has a special, a better specific heat than metal. It's also a little bit smoother. So overall, it's just a nice feature, making it easier for people to change over. It's also a little bit easier to set up for next year as well. So move up into talking about bindings for next year. Just like last year, we've got two lines of bindings. We've got our Alpine Primes for the backcountry purists, the alpinists at heart that are going to be taking longer tours into the backcountry, that really care about lightweight, all kind of next level aluminum materials. This is a 7000 series aluminum in the toe stay and heel stay to make these bindings just as light as can possibly be. They have the advanced touring features like the flex lock, the dual height riser. This is all new for 17-18, our fully redesigned dual ride stride riser. Really, really easy. It has a lead in on the back so you can get just the basket of your pole. You don't have to flip your pole around or anything, just the basket slides right under here. There's a hook that catches onto your pole, so it comes up super easy. Toggling, just have to tap it once, go from tall to low. Really easy to use, nice dual speed risers. To collapse it, just impact it, falls right down, super easy. And then talk about our Connect line. These are the bindings that are for the inbound snowboarder, someone that's used to riding around all the resort all day, that wants a binding that's damp, that is still very responsive. Everything KARAKORAM is going to have very, very snappy, responsive turns. This just has a little bit more damping features. It has DuPont nylon sidewalls that have more flex than maybe you could get out of a thicker aluminum, and certainly more damping. All of our Connect bindings for next year are coming with a full EVA footbed, so adding a little bit more to that damping system. We built the Connect binding to appeal to riders that wanted an inbounds resort feel. Adding this damping pad is kind of just the finishing touch, the last thing that really completes this picture of one binding that does everything. So I'm going to drop it onto the new interface here. Snaps right on, super easy. You'll see we have a new lanyard. All our bindings will have this new lanyard that makes it just easy to close and open the binding. So locks into place right there. You know it's secure. You know you did the right job and closed it all the way. Makes it really easy to open up the bindings. Just pull on that handle. You can do it while you're strapped into your board. Super easy to use, convenient, just an overall great system. Just like last year, we have our quiver connectors for the Connect bindings that are compatible with all of our bindings. It'll allow you to go from your split board to your solid board in seconds. So Really convenient, really easy, and really, really responsive. That's, like I said, the most important thing for us here at KARAKORAM is that when you put energy into your snowboard, or into your bindings, the snowboard responds right away. So the bindings are preloaded to the snowboard, energy transfers instantly. I put a tiny bit of pressure on the high back, it goes straight to the tail, the board's responding to my movements. Yeah, that's most of our new products for next year. Now I've got a couple more accessories to talk about. This one's super exciting. So I'm going to hold this one up next to it just as a comparison. So Jones does a phenomenal job manufacturing their split boards. This is probably like the best that you're going to see as far as really like a clean cut down the center. The hardware is installed right. This is a good tip clip, just a standard tip clip, but there's still like the possibility of a little bit of flex. You have a DIY split or something that's not manufactured like this, you're gonna have even more flexibility at the tip. You might even have issues where you run into chunder ice, and I don't know if you split-boarded before, you might have seen this, where your tip and tail, the clip pops off, all of a sudden your board's chattering like crazy. It's kind of a hassle. So we wanted to add some refinement and innovation to the tip clips, and that's how we came up with the tip lock. So this has a cam over lever here, super easy to turn and use, and you can see that as I turn this lever, it's going to close the lock and actually lock it in place. So your tip clip is very, very secure. It actively joins the tip and tail, just like our ultra clips join the board clip section of the board, and it just makes overall your board much more together, one, riding like a solid snowboard. Really easy to undo when you're done, just look like this. So it doesn't slow down your changeovers, but it gives you much better performance when you're riding down the hill. Tip lock, that's an accessory that's available as a late season release for this year. It'll be on high-end Jones boards for next year, the Ultra Craft and the Ultra Carbon Solution. Another kind of step that we're taking towards making the high-end of splitboarding that much better is our new SL ride mode interface. So this is the same prime connection with the two catches in the front, two pins in the back. Works with all of our prime bindings, but it's 125 grams lighter. So for the gram counters, for the people that want the absolute best, this is the binding for you. We use 7000 series aluminum, so we were able to remove much more material, but the aluminum is so strong that these are going to actually be stiffer on your board. Stiffer interface. It has a channel. I'm going to open this up and show you. So you can see that it's chamfered along the seam here. So just like the what we learned with the Ride Mode 2.0 that's on all the bindings, the Ride Mode SL has chamfered channels that are going to push out the snow. So as you slide the board together, it's going to be a little bit easier to get everything working, a little bit less worries about snow and ice. So overall, a much higher performance, lighter weight interface for the top end of splitboarding. If you're familiar with KARAKORAM, you'll know that we have our ski crampons available for the bindings. These are our universal crampons, which are compatible with the Connects, the SLs, X's, all of our Prime system bindings. Super easy to use with the points of the crampons closer to the front, so whether you have the riser in the tall position or the low position, the crampon's still getting about the same engagement. New for next year, we've got a couple accessories for our Alpine Primes to make the pure Alpinists that much more versatile with what you can do with a splitboard binding. So this is our front point attachment for the ski crampon, and it actually turns your ski crampons into a substitute for boot crampons. These are extremely strong, extremely durable, and extremely powerful, and a little bit intimidating. These are something you could use if you wanted to boot pack up a steep volcano face that was a little bit too icy and steep for you to skin up. You can just front point right into that and walk right up a really steep hill. If you wanted to do ice climbing and climb up an icy waterfall, you could do that. That's how we've tested it, and we know that it's something that will absolutely support your weight and support you in the most challenging, harsh alpine environments. Don't have to carry boot crampons in your backpack anymore. These pack up really tight, work with your bindings, and just give you one more thing that you can do with KARAKORAM Alpine Primes. One more thing. But wait, there's more. New for next year is our senders. These are our ascent plates that work with the Alpine Primes. I've got them combined with the front points here. This is a plate that you can throw in the back of your shovel pack. Super, super lightweight. It's actually 200 grams per side, lighter than Vert's. So big weight savings there, and all the functionality that you need to go boot pack up a steep, deep wall of snow. If you wanted to climb up an Alaskan spine, just throw these guys out of your backpack, throw them under your bindings, and you can just walk up the hill. Super easy to install, just uses the same power link lever as everything else. Yeah, great alpine tool for people that want to do more in the backcountry. KARAKORAM ascent plates, KARAKORAM front plates. We do have one all-new binding for next year. This is the Connect CI. That's carbon infused, so this is a carbon fiber toe infused in the nylon matrix. So what you have here is recycled carbon fibers strengthening this binding, giving it extra stiffness, reducing the weight a little bit as well. You can see like it's much stiffer even than our Connect bindings. Our Connect bindings already ride really responsibly just with the active joining technology, the fact that they're preloaded to the snowboard. Now even up higher on the binding, the sidewall, and then the our high back infused with fibers as well, makes this binding the stiffest binding that you can ride inbounds. It also is available in a split version, and it works with our Connect Split Kit. So this is a binding that you can use to get the most responsive, stiff performance everywhere on the hill, and still have the dampness and familiar look and feel that you want from a traditional snowboard binding. This is the Connect CI.